going on, Senior?
What's,
We back.
what's going
Back to regular
on?
schedule program.
Yeah, man, how you doing? I'm sorry about earlier today, man. I was driving and on the move, so I hope it wasn't too choppy or too out the way. But I wanted to get a clear message across and be clear about everything I say. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be finicky about what the hell going on. But yeah, man. The, the only thing I was trying to say about last night, man, is it was what I said. Unfortunately for Boots. Unfortunately for Boots, he's having to go through growing pains in front of the world after the world put him ahead of his time. And, like I said, it was just hellified matchmaking. So now he got to go through all the trials and tribulations, whether it be being cut, whether it's being dropped, whether it's being hurt. So now he can't even look normal because they had him looking superhuman. And unfortunately, it was Karen, a guy that nobody even knew. The only way they knew him is from fighting Boots. You know what I'm saying?
What did you see in this performance that you seen that he just didn't really didn't pick up from? Like I seen that Karen was landing similar shots, and what did you see the biggest problem with Boots?
Well, when I watch again, I told you I had watched Boots always from a fan, from a fan standpoint. So I was always impressed, just like everybody else was. And then I went back and watched it from a I have to fight you standpoint, and I got a different view of it. And I started to realize that Boots wasn't even getting punched at. He wasn't, nobody had a chance in hell to beat him. They never even gave Karen a chance in hell to beat him, yet still Karen won almost like 4 rounds or so. You know what I mean? I mean, Jaron was touching his ass pretty good and pretty easily whenever he wanted to. I think the physical advantages with Boost was just a little bit too much. That's all.
Mm. Now, when you look at Karen, right, and a stylistic matchup with say if it wasn't Boots that night and it was your son, what do you think with that style? Like,
He go
what
to
do you
sleep.
guys think you could achieve?
He
Sleep.
going to sleep. I had my phone done blowed up from people who know my. I just sent you something. You seen what I sent you?
Hmm.
Did you hear? Did you see the delivery of the punches that I sent you?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I've been trying to tell people. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you landing them on. You don't see Boots delivering punches that way. Have you ever seen Boots deliver punches in that magnitude? Even with the same, you can gauge that off of Santillan and what I just sent you, and I can send you more. Have you ever seen him even attempt to deliver punches in that magnitude? That's a question for you.
I mean, I haven't seen Boots live yet to be able to say I heard those punches like that.
The
The
video I
only
just
one, and
seen you,
I haven't seen your son live either.
I sent you a video. That video, you ain't never heard that shit come out. I sent you a
Now that
video.
video was vicious. That video was vicious.
Vicious. You've never seen Boots on no vicious shit like that ever. All we got, hey, listen, man. It was a setback from him getting dropped, from him getting looking lackluster against Quentin Rondo. It was all set up for this particular moment, and we gonna seize the moment, and that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what we gonna get it how we get it. That's it. You see for yourself, and I want to say this also. I made a phone call after I sent you what I sent you, right? Steve Cunningham. I'm calling names. Steve Cunningham is a Philly native. I didn't realize Steve Cunningham was in the chats of my boy Adrian Clark talking trash all the time. So I was like, what? For real? So I called Steve Cunningham on the phone today, about an hour ago. We called Steve Cunningham on the phone today about an hour ago. And I said, hey, you saw my son spar yesterday. Let me ask you a question. You ever seen Boo spar? He said, I see Boots all the time. I said, does Boo hit harder than my son? You know what he said? You said you're gonna interview him. Ask him, let's see how real these Philly niggas really are. I asked him, put his feet to the fire. Put his feet to the fire. If he say otherwise, than what he just said, because he just said Booster's not hit harder than your son. That's a Philly guy. A Philly guy. And I just called his name, Steve Cunningham, the professional fighter, has been fighting for what, 20, 25 years? That's
Yeah,
Short
he
guy.
dropped Fury. He dropped Fury.
He dropped Fury. Steve Cunningham just told me on the phone an hour ago, Booster's not hit as hard as your son. No way. Ask him. Ask him. What's up?
I
Hey,
will.
hey, hold on. I see my boy in the chat with the eye. Omri, Omri, Omri. I'm not calling no names, Omri. I see you in the chat, Omri. Omri, post on here how my boy bringing heat, Omri. Post on here how my boy bringing heat. Post in the comments. Defend your boy. Defend the A. Let them know how my boy bringing that heat, Omri. I seen you with the eyeballs because you saw it. I said, yeah, you saw this. You saw. I ain't say we ain't got to say no names. We ain't got to say what happened. But you saw what they saw. Simple as that, Omri. Look,
So,
Shaheed Tucker came on your live, right, Mill?
yep,
Who did Shaheed Tucker say he ordered?
your son hits harder than Boots, he said. And he sparred
And
both your son and him.
and these people went crazy because it's not what they want to hear. I apologize, people. My son is 23 years old. Boots is 27, finna be 28 years old. Your boy hit like a bitch. Get over it. Get over it.
Sheesh. All right.
Bozy, I sent you. Wait, I sent you a screenshot of a text I sent Bozy. Did I tell Bozy his son hit like a girl?
Yeah.
You saw that, right?
Yeah.
I stand on everything I say. So all the people, oh man, this man always capping. Capping is lying. You ain't never caught me in one lie. You can't tell me nothing I never said that was a lie. You can't never tell me not one dishonest thing. I pride myself on being a man of my word. And a man of my word is my son's going to the doctor, boost Ennis out. He gonna knock
So
him
check
out.
it.
Now, this is what I don't like. I was just watching you and Bread, man.
Yep.
And I got an issue real quick. I was just
Talk
watching
to
you
me.
and Bread, man. And I got the issue real quick, man. I hate how people give people excuses. People give people excuses that they're not even giving themselves. Boots think he did fine. Listen to what he said. He said, "Yeah, I just didn't listen to my corner, blah blah blah, but I think I did okay." No, Negro, you didn't do okay. No, you did not do okay. You never said you had a problem with making weight. I'm gonna show you a picture if you don't mind. I go back and I show you a screenshot of a picture of my son and Boo standing next to each other. All of his fans say, "Oh, he too small. Boots will dominate him." Well, I can show you a picture of them standing side by side, and they pretty much the exact same size. Boots is not bigger than my son. He's not that big. I don't know why y'all think he's some kind of gigantor, some kind of giant. He is not a giant. He's not bigger than my son. He has no problem making 147. He said he has no problem making 147. Stop trying to get this man a problem making 147.
Compromise. Were you able to hold on one second? Let me let this guy with the egg enter. You know I'm in the airport getting back home now.
Yeah.
But I got a good question. Were you able to hear the interview with Eddie Hearn post press conference talking about his performance?
I heard some of it. I got snippets of it. So what part are we talking about? What part? What part?
The piece that he believes that Boots didn't perform at his best, and that he needs to come better than that for the guys with the titles. Did you hear that?
Somebody made yeah. He said he needs to come better with the guy the title, but somebody made a point that he rises up for his competition. Well, people, he rising up for his competition. That was his best competition. That was his best competition. Why is he not rising up for his best competition? Nobody else tried to fight Boots. Nobody else came at Boots with any kind of significant punches, any kind of significant grit, even carrying the first fight. Nobody did that. This man wasn't scared of Boots. He realized it was all hype. He realized he had no reason to be scared of Boots. And even after Boots dropped him, not even dropped this, after Boots made him take a knee, he got back up and still wasn't afraid of Boots. That tells me everything. I'm looking at the substance. I'm not looking at just what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the substance of the shit. So that means Boots is hitting him all of these times. Boots is hitting him all of these times, and he still didn't make that man afraid of him. He did not strike fear in him. That's the problem.
How do you how do you take the fact that this was a rematch and Karen performed better than the
You
first
know,
time.
that's crazy. That's crazy also because usually when a person dominates the first time, the second time they go ahead and just wipe them all the way out because they're already in that person's head. So that tells me that that Karen didn't feel nothing from the first time that he felt he needed to be afraid of, and he felt emboldened by that. He felt emboldened by that, and he came back harder, and he knew all he had to do was fight. That's what I
Were
take
you ever
from that.
were you able to listen to his post press conference interview
Now,
after the fight?
I'm gonna go look at. I didn't see the whole thing. I heard some of it. I know about Blair Cobbs being there. I heard Eddie shut down Blair Cobbs or whatever the case may be, man. But I heard
Did you
about
see
all of
that
that. But
piece?
I saw that. I did see that. Yes, I did.
What you thought about that? Because you've been on the live with me and Blair, and he's been wanting that fight. He's you guys talked about
Yeah,
wanting to
yeah.
fight him, but him showing up to Philly, and making that remark, and then obviously that clap back from Eddie Hearn. What you get from that?
I mean, I get that. Eddie doesn't want this. Now I'm not trying to be fun. I got to be again. I'm just truthful about what I say. Ain't no fucking cap. I'm telling you how I feel. I think that Eddie doesn't want to risk any more any more bad performances, any more of Boots looking bad at all. He don't want to get Boots scathed in front of the people at all, and he wants it without it being for some money, without it being a big fight. I don't think Black Cobbs is gonna bring a big fight. I know he does. I know he thinks he's gonna bring a big fight, but I don't think it's gonna bring a big fight. You know what I'm saying? I think that Boots. I heard the people booing, man. Somebody showed a video today. They was booing. So company was booing this shit and leaving. So I mean, I think he sold 14,000 last time. This time he had another world champion on the undercard. One of the pound for pound greats on the not greats, but one of
Bam,
the pound for
Bam
pound.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
not great. We don't call him a great now. One of the pound for
not
pound
yet, not
fighters.
yet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. One of the pound for pound, top five
Three
pound for
division
pound fighters.
champion.
Right, exactly. At 24 years old, he had him on the card, and they still only sold 10,000. What you call it? Almost 10,000. And I'm not saying that's a bad number. That's still tremendous, but it's backwards from what he did the first time. So I'm not saying it's not a good number. I'm talking from if you're Eddie Hearn, whatever. Because if you sell 10,000, that's a lot. You sell 5,000, and depending on the arena, that's a lot. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying the amount is not a lot. I'm saying that I think from a business standpoint and from what Eddie used to seeing, with Wembley and Anthony Joshua, 70,000 or whatever. That's a lot of fucking people he used to seeing. So now it looks like it's regressing backwards, even though he put Bam on the card, and you got people leaving after it, where people normally stayed to hear what their hero has to say. Nobody stayed to hear what he had to say. Nobody wanted to hear shit. That crowd was empty in the background. You don't never see that. So I think from a business standpoint, he probably definitely don't want him to fight Blair Cobbs. He want him to fight somebody for some money, a bigger name. That's what I think. And again, if he gonna risk losing or risk whatever, he want to be for some money. He want to be worth it.
Do you feel like if you guys went to Philly to fight Jaron Ennis, you guys don't necessarily need that type of a stack card? Because I know it was like a one-sided stack card, kind of like a like all the A sides were
Right,
stacked.
right, right. But the B side is shit. I mean, again, it's all about the promotion. It's all about how they promote it. You can get anybody out for anything. Like, look at what Keyshawn did. Keyshawn did 10,000, the same 10,000, which is him. He's not even a world champion. So Keyshawn just went to Virginia, and he talked about in the upcoming to that fight how he sold the fight, how he went around, talked to different schools, and he got the mayor to come, and he got the city involved. So I think
Yeah,
I think
real
it's all
promoter.
about the promotion. Just that's what he is. He's a promoter. So it's all about the promotion of the show. So I think you can really do what you want to do. It's just all about how you promote it. Gives people are always looking for something to do and different things to do in the community.
Do you feel like when that time comes, obviously you guys haven't headlined yet. Um, well, you guys have headlined, um, but pay-per-view status
Right.
first time, right? You haven't got there yet. Do you feel
Right.
like that takes a lot from a fighter's training camp, that promotion throughout the fight? Like, is that something that you guys are prepared to do?
I think um That's a good question. I never even thought about that, man. We so used to being rough and rugged and in the mud and on the other side, man. I don't even think like that, man. I don't even think about stuff like that, bro. I don't even go there. My son stays focused. That's a good
But it's
damn
something
question.
that you
I
have to
don't know.
think about,
I
right?
can't answer that question yet. Yeah, I can't
Preparing for
answer
that.
that
I
yet.
mean, yeah, it's a lot. When you're
Right,
trying to
right.
sell pay-per-views, you got to do a lot of work.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. Absolutely, I agree. That's a lot of work. So I can't even answer. I can't answer that question yet. I don't know. I don't know. I don't got nothing to say, but I mean, I guess we'll get to that as the time, as time come up to it and is leading up to it. I guess it'll be more exposure of other things that we'll be used to by that time when it comes anyway. So it is what it is.
So, in that press conference, when Blair Cobb was there, he said, he wanted to get that fight. And then Eddie Hearn says, if you could beat Karen, I'll get you a big fight. Do you feel like that's fair for Blair? And in the same time,
Absolutely.
and also in the same time, do you feel like a Blair Cobbs could beat a Karen?
I think I think that's a great fucking opportunity for Blair to do that. I think he should definitely do that. I think, yeah, hell yeah. If somebody give you, that mean they give you two paydays. They give you two opportunities at a payday. They give you the opportunity to prove yourself. You know what I'm saying? So hell yeah, you're gonna get paid for that for the Karen fight. And if you are what you say you are, and you beat Karen, and you beat him. If you beat Karen, to look better against Karen than Boots did, because I do think styles do make fights. I think with the way Blair moves, I think he would call Karen. I think he would do better against Karen. Boots again. I always tell people this ain't no knock the Boots. It's just about the style, that particular style. So the particular style, what he was doing, Blair moves also. Boots locks his leg down. He has a problem with movers, obviously. He likes you to be right in front of him, you know what I'm saying? But in this case, Karen was coming right at him, and he had problems with that. And then when he moved, he had problems with that. You know what I'm saying? But I think Blair, with the way Blair moves his legs and jabs at the same time, I think he'll do real good against Karen. I don't know if he'll beat him. I don't know if he'll beat him, but I think he'll do real good against Karen. I think I would match that style up and try to fight that style with Karen. So people won't say he just said that he would do better against. I think Blair's style is better for Karen than Boot style. That's what I think.
Uh, you want to dig into it, or you rather let them figure it out?
I mean, now they can figure that out. I'm saying, like, if okay, for example, Blair doesn't stay stationary. He doesn't really stay stationary. He moves also. You got Boost the way Karen was able to circle Boost and pivot on Boost, and it's because Boost was stuck in one spot. That's how he was able to do that.
Right. So, what do you think? What do you think's next for him? Do you feel like 54 or 40? You think that he's going to stay at 47? Like, what's your thoughts?
The man said he want to unify. He said he want to unify and become undisputed at 47. I think he should unify and become undisputed at 47. Because we don't feel like going to 54, but we gonna get him either way it go. I don't want people to say we weight drain him or nothing else, so I don't want him to go to 54 and have to come back. I want him to stay at 47. I want us to try to get this fight out of the way with Derek Quavance that we got scheduled possibly for February, March next year, whenever the actual date. They're saying March, but hopefully we can get it at February. And I think we should revisit this. And I think, I text Bosley like I told you. It was other messages to those text messages I text Bosley. I didn't just text him, your son hit like a girl, and leave it at that. So there was the other message that I did text Bosley, and he said Vegas was cool, that we do it on neutral ground. So I mean, we talk respectfully or whatever the case may be, and hopefully we can get that done.
The main event. This is the same opponent, right? The Puerto Rican kid, Derek.
Yeah. Derek Quavez, yeah.
Now that was scheduled to be on the co-main event of Keyshawn Davis's card.
All
What
right.
would it be scheduled as a main event? Would it be under someone else's card? Like, talk to me.
Nobody. They didn't say anything about it at all. They just scheduled it for March. There's no details on it. They was trying to get the Keyshawn Davis situation out the way, understandably, because that's when they made the announcement around last week, around the same time. So we should know something about it. We should know something this week.
Hmm. Now, there was talks obviously Conor Benn was outspoken yesterday as well. Called Boots out, says, "Hey, listen, if you're gonna stay at 47, you need to fight the best." Um, but we've also heard that Conor Benn was willing to, fight Chris Eubank Jr. at like 160 pounds and stuff like that. So he specifically said if Boots stays at 147, we could get it on. But do you feel like just knowing that he'll fight this guy at 160, but he won't? He's saying that he'll fight Boots only at 147. I mean, do you feel like he's about it?
Personally, I feel like Conor Benn is irrelevant at this time. He's very irrelevant. There's nothing relevant about Conor Benn. Conor Benn's Conor Benn's last opponent was Peter Dobson, a guy that Jaleel Hackett just went and beat. Jaleel Hackett is a prospect. Conor Benn is supposed to be a contender. I don't see how. I don't even see how we talking about Conor Benn right now. Conor Benn has done nothing. He beat didn't he beat Chris Algieri?
Yeah, he sells tickets, senior.
That's about it. But he's irrelevant, is what I'm saying. He's not a yeah, right. But
Irrelevant in the
yeah,
U.S.
he's irrelevant in the U.S. I mean, if Boots want to fight him just to fight him as a payday or get a name on his resume, that's fine. I think Boots will beat him. I can see Boots being Conor Benn. I don't think Conor Benn is that skillful. I don't think there's nothing special about Conor Benn.
Mm,
I
mm.
really think Conor Benn is a fucking non-factor. Really, like he need to get out the way. Like you've been in the game all this time. You got your promoter Eddie Hearn. He clearly did what I said. He was moving the pieces around to set Karen Chukajan up with Conor Benn. Go back and look at the IBL rankings now that Boots didn't do what he wanted him to do and go up to 54. They moved Karen Chukajan. I mean, they moved Conor Benn back down in the rankings on the IBF. That was Eddie pulling strings. Eddie was
Yeah.
Eddie was trying to play Boots out of his spot. I stand by that. Eddie Hearn was trying to play Boots out of that belt.
Mm.
I still
So,
believe that he was trying to play Boots out of the belt, talk Boots into going up. That's why he was making them dumbass offers to Charles Conwell, and then he lost the purse bid, and then I'm sure that Boots and Boza was like, hell no, we not vacating, we're not going up, and I'm sure he was like, oh, freak or whatever, fuck. And he had to do what they say. So then all of a sudden, magically, without fighting, Conor Benn got moved around again in the IBF.
so, obviously, you know, you have taken your son, to become a title holder, a champion, and also trying to get these big fights. Obviously, you guys have been going back and forth with Matchroom trying to make that Boots fight. Now, I know that you're, biting your fingers and really want this fight even more. How realistic can this possibly be? And like when it comes to the numbers, all the numbers that were pronounced the last negotiations. I mean, does that stand? Like, like, do you regret not? Do you not regret taking it, not taking it?
I don't
If it comes
regret. I
back
don't
around,
regret it.
if it comes back again, are you willing to take the 1.7? Like,
I don't regret it at all. I stand by what I said. I think if anything that we're gonna have to top the top rank after it was a time in the situation also. I think if anything after we of course we can't overlook Derek Quaybad, so you don't overlook your opponent. So, God willing, we take care of David Quaybad in the fashion we need to take care of him in. I think that we talk to top rank, see what we can do either about a co-promotion or whatever else, that way we don't have to pay those crossover fees. And
yeah.
if we don't have to pay the crossover fees, then the 1.7 may be okay. That'll be depending on our team and what they negotiate from that point. But if Top Rank put their money in it, they might be a little different. We'll see how we work it out because it's still a unification bout. So I can't speak on money and all about that. But no, we would not take the number. If the bottom line number is what it was for my son the last time, absolutely not. We're not taking that in no round. I don't give a fuck when it is. No.
So, how does Top Rank feel about doing a
We
co-promotion
had
to get that
we again
unified?
we haven't talked. This was discussed by us and our manager today. We haven't talked to them about none of that.
Really?
No.
You guys haven't spoke upon if wanting to renegotiate
Why
after
would-
your
why
next
would we do
fight,
that now?
after the next
Why
fight.
would you talk so far ahead? That's crazy.
Oh yeah, That's true. I mean, you guys are the big dogs, though. You know, at this
But we
point in
talk,
time.
yeah, but
So
why would we got a fight supposedly set in March? Why would we talking so far ahead about it? That don't make sense. You don't know what can happen before they like, look at this. Nobody expected this to happen with Boots. I guarantee you, no matter what, the demand for certain things is going to go down for Boots. Like, nobody's going to demand Boots fight Crawford. Now, nobody want to see that. They know Crawford to beat Boots. They know you can't argue if Boots is as good as Crawford. That's absolutely out of the question now.
yeah. So you think that the people don't want to see it no more?
No,
Do you feel like that's how you feel?
no, nobody want to see that shit. They no. He don't deserve. He don't. Okay, at this point, what would make him deserve a shot arguably the best pound for pound fight in the world? What would make him deserve that shot? Why?
Mm.
Why?
Right.
Why would Crawford come down and fight? Why? That don't make sense. What is he fighting him for? He gonna fight him at 154 for what? He don't have nothing to offer at 154. So what would be the reason that Crawford will fight him? It don't make sense.
Yeah. So, what you think? Do you think how would Boots do in your eyes against that Madrimov, the guy that Terrence just fought?
That's a good one. I was thinking about that. That's a good one. That'd be it depends on how Madrimov fights. I was told that Madrimov fights a little different in that, and I think he got a little crack in this. He got a little crack to him. We know Boots' defense ain't the best. I don't know. I can't say how that'll go. I don't know. I haven't seen enough of Madrimov to see that, and I haven't seen enough of Boots against an opponent that actually wants to fight to make a honest assessment of him either.
Were you able to see Terrence Crawford's tweet upon
Yeah.
Boots'
I saw it.
performance?
I saw it. I think that was very big of him. It was very big of him. It was very. I don't think it was no disrespect. I think he was just giving some big brother advice. That's all.
Okay, okay, that's very understandable. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So, Coach, is there anything else that you want to clear up? Anything at all?
Nah, man. I just want to clear up that from the start, it was never no disrespect towards Boots or Bowlesy. I said what I said from the very start. I just want to make it clear that exactly what I said is exactly what unfolded. Is that as I watched him, I was like, man, this guy ain't never been in a real fight. Period. I no fight you've seen him in is a real fight. Thomas Delorme hit him in the back of the head. Cussio Clayton hit him in the back of the head. The rest of him, he was so out. He was so out far ahead of them physically that he just beat him to the referee said, okay, no mas, or the corner said no mas. David Avanesia, who was David Avocado and all of this before that, he took that fight on a 1 month notice after a 2 year layoff, and they comparing that to Terrence Crawford, which was amazing to me. Like, it was just too much bullshit behind it. That's all. That's it. It was nothing personal. I was just giving my realistic gripes that you can't deny. You can't deny that Avanesia was out of the ring for 2 years. You can't deny that Avanesia was coming off of a knockout 2 years ago, the last time he was in the ring. You can't deny that Avanesia took the fight with Boots on a 1 month notice after being off 2 years. You can't deny that. You can't deny that Boots was never in there with any kind of fighter that had any kind of feet except Karen, and Karen made him look terrible. So that's all. It wasn't no disrespect. I was just pointing out what I saw as the question was asked to me.
Any any feeling that that fight will happen 2025?
Who? Boots?
Boots and your son, yeah.
Absolutely. We coming for it. We coming for it.
But 47.
We 47. We coming for it now. Now, later on, if he go to 54, we gonna catch him no matter what. Boots got two people. I told you that. Jaleel Hackett and Boots Ennis will fight us before they retire. Jaleel Hackett and Boots Ennis will fight us before they retire. Those two people.
Whether it's 47 or 54,
Whether it's
it's going to
47
happen
or
before.
54. Right, because I don't think Jaleel will be in no damn 47 for long. He too big. Jaleel, matter of fact, Jaleel is big. Jaleel is bigger than Boots. So people talking about Boots and he cut. Well, y'all lost y'all damn mind. Boots is not that damn big. Jaleel is big.
Oh, so you believe that he can make the weight?
He said it. He can make the weight. He said he had no problem with making the weight. He's never expressed any concern with making the weight.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Uh,
It's all been
he-
people saying that. It's been what
yeah.
people say. You've never
Right.
heard Boots say he had a problem making the weight.
Yeah, man. Or his dad.
No, him or his dad has never said, well, this weight cut killing us, but they giving him these excuses, so now they're gonna go around, now they're gonna run with it. They've never said that. Ever. Boots is not that big. The man is about 5'9", but he walk around about 175 pounds. He ain't that big.
Yeah. You know.
My son is 5'8". He walk around, the biggest he's been is 175. On the regular, he walk around 165 sometimes. But when he's trying to stay in shape or stay close to a fight shape, is 157. He's not that big.
Do you guys feel like you guys will be applying pressure as much as you can just to make sure you guys get it at 47, or you just let that time go by and whether if God wants it to happen, it happens?
We gonna make that happen.
A
I
lot
think
of people
about the
like to
guy.
apply pressure. A lot of people
I'm,
like to
I'm
apply
about to tell
pressure.
you.
A
I'm about
lot
to
of
tell
people
you.
say
This
that.
how I feel about that. Now, this how I feel about that because I'm glad you said if God wanted to have it, to have it. This how I feel about that. What we gonna do is we gonna we gonna make our plan about what we want to happen, but we all know that God is in control. So if something happens to change it, then that is what it is. Just like I was telling you before, I don't think this fight was meant to happen in the first place. I kept telling you that. Remember?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. I ain't never told you.
But
Hey,
now
you.
everybody
Yes.
want to see it now. More people want to see the fight now.
Hey,
Everyone's
and
talking
that's
about it.
good. That's good. I do too. And also, I want you to ask Steve Cunningham what I just told you. I want to get some Philly niggas. I want to get some. You got Jahi Tucker from New York still or in the North that told you that beat hit harder than Boots. I want you to ask somebody else that's been there with beat. Ask Steve Cunningham. He's seen the fight. You're from the eye. And you just seen
I'll
what you
hit him
seen through
tomorrow.
that video, huh?
I'll hit him tomorrow.
And you just seen what you seen from that video. You ain't never seen, no, you ain't never heard no shit like that come from a booth video. I don't care if you saw it in person or wherever you saw that. That shit was a shotgun. You ain't never heard or seen, and you ain't never seen him have nobody acting like that when he hit him either. That man was acting like he was there losing his mind. What's up?
But I've had people on the channel that were cruiserweights that admitted that they got knocked out by him.
That's fine. I got you. But you heard what I said though.
You know.
You said you ain't never heard